Today is travel day, so we are packing up everything. I'm going to be carrying on the f-stop Talopa, the f-stop Lightroom, and then checking this mammoth over here.
It's okay. What's going on?
Can you get a blueberry scout? Yeah, that's okay.
Oh wow, that's not bad. St. Louis.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I heard they have like the best burgers in St. Louis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. He's on the turn.
Oh. Have a good one. Ah! Picked up some delicious coffee. We're gonna head to the airport. I will say that the time spent in Utica, it actually gave me a lot of time to catch up on emails and other like little, pieces of work that is not, the most fun. Kind of, it's more behind the scenes work, like, website stuff and social media and marketing stuff, emails to clients and possible other productions and pre-production. That stuff isn't really glamorous, but you do have to do it. Chris wants to know, what's your most difficult shoot, either technically, logistically, or emotionally? So this is a loaded question because since I shoot about 40 weddings a year and then lots of commercial stuff, I'll go over a wedding one and then we'll do a commercial one, since this is kind of like a two-part question. As far as logistically, we flew to the Dominican Republic for a destination wedding, brought our drone in a Pelican case. One, it was in a Pelican case, so it was safe. When we got through customs, we had all the right paperwork, but they wouldn't let us through because they said something with their government. We had everything in an email and we showed them. We had the approvals, but we just didn't have anything physically in a paper form, so we had to have a translator come from the hotel, and it was like pain in the ass. So technically on like a feature film or a more commercial operation, myself, Bret and David Pitt shot a teaser for Bret's short feature film coming up called Acceptable Losses. It's about Vietnam and Nixon and whatnot. We shot it in a black box in U City in St. Louis. So technically it was hard because, like, one, we had a limited time space. We shot for like maybe 8 to 12 hours that day. We were lighting it with like a Source 4, an 8x8, a couple of dry cast LEDs, and then we had to roto the actor's face in on top of the dead swinging body. It was just too expensive to try to, hang somebody upside down. And technically, for like the stunt double, it was just really, really tough. So I'll actually link below in the description the short teaser from it. It turned out awesome. Bret directed it, wrote it, and edited it. David Pitt was the DP. We used a Red Dragon on that. And then we rented lenses out of Kansas City that were really hard to get. They were some really, really old Zeiss Master Primes. It's all anamorphic, so it was really, really sharp looking. I mean, the footage is amazing. I wouldn't say that emotions play really, really hard into commercial application. I would say all the time spent in Ferguson, there was tons of emotions. I was there from like, August 8th or 9th or whatever until, past a year. I probably spent between like 150 to 300 days on the ground in Ferguson shooting. I would say the most emotional time of shooting was probably spent in Ferguson, just because, there's lots of different stuff going on. As a photojournalist, you're trying to be as unbiased as possible. Yes, there is like right-wing and left-wing media outlets, but you're trying to get to the heart of the story. You're not really there to pick sides and whatnot. You're there to tell like what's going on and document the scene. So Lewis wants to know what export settings we use when we submit to clients when editing in Final Cut Pro X. Brief explanation. Let's say like 15 minutes or under, export the master file, just because it'll be anywhere from like, a gig to 15 gigs depending on what you shot it in. If you're shooting it in 4K, 2K, 1080, 720, whatever it is. So when we're exporting, we always do the master file and then compress it in either compressor or like Handbrake, which is a third-party application. You can download it from Google. I'll put a link below. So I would recommend, exporting it as a master file and then compressing it afterwards. So just in case they want that full master file and you're sending it to them either like, Dropbox, WeTransfer, or on a USB drive or external hard drive. That's what I would do. Okay, that's it for Q&A.